How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of My Saucy Opinion. And today we got a good one. So last night we had two movies come out. The first one being It Lives Inside, which came out in theaters. But that's not the one we're talking about today. Today we're talking about No One Can Save You, which I can say this movie, this was a fun time. Yeah, I really had a fun time with this movie. All you know going in is that there's aliens. And it's a spooky movie about aliens. And it delivers on all those fronts. It's spooky, it's got tension, it's got aliens. What more could you ask for? Yeah, one interesting thing I noticed while watching the movie was I feel like it has fewer lines of dialogue than John Wick 4, which is a statement. Had so few lines of dialogue, and you didn't need it. And I feel like this movie was the exact same way. Like, you weren't sitting there halfway through the movie like, hey, like, we need some conversation. I want some, like, I don't know what's going on here. You more get halfway through the movie and you're like, wait, has anyone said a single word this whole film? Whoa, I didn't even notice that. Like, the pacing is so good. And I think they do a good job with keeping the aliens hidden while also presenting them to you. You see them a lot, but most of the spooky stuff, it's all happening where you can't see it. And so it's your mind is kind of like playing these games, kind of like your mind is anticipating what the creature's doing. I don't know why, but the sound of the footsteps in this movie are some of the scariest sounding footsteps, like, ever. I think it's because they were so loud and, like, bass boosted that, like, you know, it just kind of gave you that impact that something was rushing towards you or getting closer or, you know, like, it's gonna get you. As always, we will keep these spoiler free, so I won't dive into the nitty gritty stuff here. It's fun to experience all the exciting moments for yourself for the first time, I believe. One thing this movie did not fail on was showing you what happens. Movies have done it before where something happens and the movie blacks out and it ends and you don't get to see what actually happens. Like, you're left to interpretation, where this movie did a good job of, like, you're seeing everything that's happening. You get near the end of the film and you're like, oh, and then it doesn't again and you're like, oh, like, here we go. And like I don't know, it snowballs and you aren't left with many questions because a lot of your questions get answered. Kind of just like, my goodness. But I think this movie was a good representation of what a real alien invasion would be like and what aliens would kind of be like in, like, our world if they actually came down, where you aren't sure what their goal is, you aren't sure what they're doing here, you can't understand them, you're terrified, you're like, I don't know, dude. After watching this film, you're like, maybe I don't want to see that UFO anymore. Like, maybe I'm good not having some alien contact for a little bit. Some of the things were so spooky with these aliens because it's very unexpected, and so you would expect them to do something and then they would doing some orca sounds or something where you're just like, no. Like, count me out, dude. I'm not having this. Yeah, so overall, I think this was a great film. It was fun. It was enjoyable. It was very scary. It had some tension. Yeah, I think plugging this one into our sauce meter here, this movie's spicy. This is a spicy film. I enjoyed this film so much more than Haunting in Venice, so much more than Nun 2. I think it's a great introduction to the Halloween spooky season, and I'm ready for more great horror movies. This was a great one. I think I'm also a sucker for really good alien horror movies though. Like, I really enjoyed Nope. I just wish it had some of the like spooky aspects that this movie did and showed you a little more and like left a little bit less to interpretation. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of My Saucy Opinion. I'm hoping to see It Lives Inside soon and get that review up as well. Ooh, we have Saw X coming out as well soon. So yeah, we got more horror movies coming back to back to back, so I'll try and get them up as quick as I can. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.